Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I have a very special guest. But first, let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Whole world is celebrating. Whole world is celebrating night. Yes, the whole world is celebrating. And I am your host, Tommy Throwback Kovac. And today is July 19th. Tomorrow would have been my grandmother's birthday, my Nana. She would have been 97 if she were alive today, but she passed away 15 years ago and stuff. Love you, Nana. Miss you. And today, my special guest is Jennifer Runyon. You may remember her. She was a familiar face back in the 80s. She was on Charles in Charge. She was in movies like Up the Creek and 18 Again. And she's the girl that Bill Murray does not want to electroshock in Ghostbusters. Probably the one role that she will live in infamy for the rest of her life. And she has no problem with that. She is very proud of that role. And I just got done talking to her just a little while ago, and she's an absolute sweetheart and very personable, easy to talk to, easygoing. I had a great time talking with Jennifer Runyon. So this is my interview with the gorgeous and talented Jennifer Runyon.
So, Jennifer, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you today, Tommy?
Oh, God, I'm just so thrilled to be talking to you because I've loved your work for, oh, my God, as long as I can remember.
Oh, you are so kind. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Last night I watched your very first movie, To All Have a Good Night.
And you survived. It's pretty horrible, but it's so horrible it's fun.
It was a lot of fun, I have to admit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's good bad. I think anyway.
How did you get that role?
You know, actually, it was just a friend of mine, of my family, Kiva Lawrence. She played Jansen in the film, and she said to the director, "Oh, you've got to see my little Jennifer," and you know, she's an actress, and I've never worked before, and so he said, "Okay," and I went in and read, and I got the part, and that was director David Hess who gave me my very first job, and he was actually just a great guy. He was really took very good care of me on that movie. I was a baby.
Oh, yeah. One of the things I liked about the movie was that, you know, most Christmas movies are shot in Canada and there's snow, but this was a California Christmas movie.
And the first slasher Santa, which is kind of interesting about that film.
Well, actually, Black Christmas came first.
No, we were first.
Black Christmas came out in 74.
We were, maybe that's, okay, that was Black Christmas slasher Good Night was the first Santa killer movie. Maybe I'm wrong, but...
Oh, yeah. First Killer Santa movie, but like overall...
The First Christmas.
Yeah. And that was a Canadian movie.
I've never seen that one. Never seen it.
Oh, it's really, really good. I recommend it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I like about the movie is like a cross between Friday the 13th, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and just a touch of Black Christmas.
Yeah. It's a little combo of everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. I had a good time on that movie. I was scared out of my mind, but not because of the subject matter, but because it was my first movie. But I had such a great, support system behind me. So it was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good way to start, I thought.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And according to our ED, you did not know Harry Reeves was a porn star.
No. Well, I didn't know who he was. And Harry Reeves. I'm like, who's Harry Reeves, And they're like, he's like, what? I was so young. I was like horrified and it was pretty funny.
Out for everybody.
No. Oh, God.
Some porn stars do that.
No. Oh, my God. And if he had, I probably would have. Yeah. That was, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was very professional, and not in the porno kind of way.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah.
My brother, he met Ron Jeremy in a club in San Francisco many years ago, and he took it out for everybody.
Oh, for heaven's sake! Well, I guess if that's your bread and butter.
I myself met him a year ago. He did not do that. Thank God.
Yeah. Very funny.
And then you did Up the Creek, a movie I watched a lot when I was a kid. My brother had it on tape.
Oh, right. That was another one I think that was my second movie I ever did, and that was fun. That was a fun experience. And I had to learn how to whitewater raft on that one, and very exciting. Up in Oregon, we filmed that one.
Mm-hmm.
Great time.
Really good script by Jim Quoth, who's like one of the most underrated screenwriters from the 80s. He did Class with Rob Lowe and Secret Admirer with C. Thomas Howell. He's a good writer.
Yeah, for sure. Very funny movie. They did a really good job. They had a great cast. The guys were all amazing, and we just lost our Steven first.
Yeah.
Which is horribly sad.
It is.
Just a wonderful guy. It's very sad.
Yeah, him, Tim Matheson, Dan Monahan, James B. Sicking.
Sandy Helberg, one of my dear friends. Yeah, really great people.
Yeah. And a great song by Cheap Trick, which they hate. They won't play it live.
I know, I heard that, and I'm like, and so many people love the song. It's a shame.
That's a really good video, too.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you did one of my favorite movies of all time, Ghostbusters.
I did. A little movie that, when I auditioned for it, I was like, hey, this is Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. I want to be in a Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd movie. This is awesome. And never heard back. I did the audition. And then I went back in for finally a call back, and it was Ivan Reitman and the producers, and they were just great. They were so, just really, it was a fun audition, and I ended up getting it. And, I had no idea that it was going to be what it was going to be. I mean, I just had this nice little part that I thought was fun to work with Bill on, and, next thing you know, how many years later, and, I'm still, it's still in my life, and it's still a big part of my life. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, your scene is very iconic, and it's based on Stanley Milgram's experiments on animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a little fun fact about the scene. Originally, my partner in the scene, Stephen Tosh, who's a great guy, love him, still good friends, good buddies. He had gone to he saw that Harold Ramis, sorry, I'm trying to remember everyone's names.
Sure.
Right this second. He was giving a little talk at the Academy, Television Academy or someplace, and Steven was like, hey, I'm going to go check it out. So he did, and he's in the audience, and Ghostbusters, of course, came up, and he said, my favorite scene in the whole movie, and it was our scene. And he said, he was telling the audience that scene wasn't originally in the film, but they realized, when the script was all done, they kind of needed an in-between from the librarian seeing the ghost to them actually going and checking it out. And he wrote that just spur of the moment, and it ended up being his favorite scene in the whole movie, which I find pretty funny, but it was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Worked out great.
Yeah.
Is Stephen Tash genuinely laughing when you guess it's a star? He looks like it.
Don't remember. I don't. Is he laughing in the scene? I've got to.
Yeah, you guess it. You said, "Is it a star?" And then he goes like he's laughing.
Oh yes, yeah. That's pretty funny. And the whole thing with the gum in his mouth. I mean, he did that at the audition, and then when he showed up on set, they're like, "Where's the gum?" You gotta see the gum. So it was pretty cute.
You have some very cute and very funny facial expressions in this scene.
Thank you.
I like that last one you do when Bill Murray says you're a legitimate phenomenon. You have this look like, oh really?
And I believed him.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. I mean, what great memories I have. It's great. I had a really good run, and that was definitely one that I'm just so grateful and honored to be a part of. It was really a great experience.
I feel bad, though, that Dr. Venkman didn't get that 8 o'clock meeting with you.
Yeah. Well, it was funny when they were coming out with the next movie. I was getting messages from people. They should have you in the second one and the newest one. And I'm like, well, I think the only way it would work is if someone's watching television in one of the scenes, and in the background, it's me as a psychic. Call Miss Jen, or this number to get all your worldly secrets. That's the only way you could bring me back. That I was a defunct and horrible psychic that sold the television.
That would have been great.
Well, they never asked me, so there you go.
That's showbiz.
That's showbiz for you. That's right.
And then you did the TV miniseries Space.
I did. Well, you dug a little bit. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a trip. I got to work with David Dukes and Susan Allspa and
James Garner
was my dad, and wow, was he amazing. And that was another. Again, listen, I've had so many incredible experiences. That I just look back and I'm like, I pinch myself sometimes because at the time when you're in it, you don't realize, how special this all is, And now, as you get older, you can look back and go, wow.
Yeah.
Was I lucky?
I saw an interview with James Gardner once, and Space came up, and he said that was like one of the worst experiences he ever had acting, but he thought the cast was amazing, and he loved working with them.
Yeah. It wasn't, I can imagine for him and for a lot of the cast that was in, how much of it was 13 hours long. So I can only imagine how difficult, it must have been for the actors that worked from beginning to end. I didn't. I only had a few weeks, and for me it was a great, I had a great time. But I can imagine when you're you're inundated 24/7 with space and all the dialogue and jumping all over the place. It must have been a very harrowing experience for some of the actors.
Absolutely, yeah. Bruce Dern was in it, and Barton Balsam, and Harry Hamlin, and Michael York, Blair Brown. That was a great cast.
Yeah, Blair Brown. Yep, love her. She was very sweet. I got to meet her one day when I was on set. I really enjoyed her her personality. Was very nice, very nice. Like, and I would still, again, I always thought of myself as, kind of like still a newbie at that time, and I think for me, the experience was just so positive because the cast, and the crew made it very nice for me. So I was pretty lucky.
Yeah. And then you did a movie I've always loved very much, 18 Again.
Yes, with George Burns and Charlie Slater. Yep, and a cast of many, incredible, actors, and that was, and Pauly Shore, who,
yep.
I haven't heard of Pauly in a long time. Last time I saw him, I was getting married, and I was on a big staircase with my whole wedding party doing wedding photos, and he walked in and went, Jennifer! Jennifer! Oh, it's pretty cute.
Yeah, well, I know he's still, managing the Comedy Store whenever he has time.
Yeah, so he's still doing that. Okay, good. I gotta get in touch with him. I haven't talked to him in forever. He was fun.
I was supposed to see him about a year ago. He came to the Bay Area to do some stand-up comedy, and I was going to go see him, but I was out of town that weekend.
Yeah. Well, he's a doll. He's a doll. He was a lot of fun.
What was George Burns like?
Well, George Burns, of course, at the time, he was pretty up there in age, and, the things I do remember is how kind he was. He was just very sweet man. But he, he had his little director's chair with his name on it, and attached to it, I'll just never forget it, it's still ingrained in my memory, burned in my brain, attached to it was an ashtray, and always lit with his little cigar.
Yeah.
And, between takes, there he'd go, be right back in his little chair and smoking on his cigar. And he was fun. He'd tell you all kinds of little stories. And
yeah.
He was just very, they kept him pretty protected. It was, he wasn't, he was pretty old. And
had a huge star.
I'm sorry?
And a huge star, too.
Yeah. So, when he was feeling up to it, he'd be on that set chatting up with everybody. But there was times, most of the time he was in his back in his dressing room. But just a very, very nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Paul Flaherty directed it. He's the brother of Joe Flaherty.
Oh, my gosh. Second City. This guy, I think Second City was always my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Growing up, I watched, SCTV and all that stuff.
Me too.
Yeah, I just obsessed with it. And so at the premiere, when I Catherine O'Hara and all my favorites, I'm like, oh.
John Candy.
Oh, I was so starstruck. That to me was my moment of, wow, that was incredible. I loved it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool.
What was Charlie Schwatter like?
Oh, he is such oh gosh. I don't think there's anyone who could have a bad thing to say about Charlie. Just one of the good guys. And I think he's one of my favorite leading men I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
He was just so lovely and fun, and everything was so easy. It was just delightful working with him. And he still works. He's doing all his voice work, and he's a great guy.
Yeah, I just love how he embodies George Burns' mannerisms throughout that movie.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't know who he was when he was cast, and how amazing did he do? He was George.
Yeah. I love that nightmare sequence he has where George Burns and you are at the table at dinner.
with my bow house, with all the bows.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
That little sister is so creepy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's really funny because when I drove up to that house, they were like, okay, this is really like a fairy tale house. You're not going to believe it. And I walked in, and I swear they were right. Every room, and I think they toned it down for the movie. Every room in that house, like the wallpaper was all bows and ribbons. The furniture, the fabric was bows. And the curtains, there was bows on the curtains, and
right.
I remember going, wow, and they're like, oh, we came down the dining room because it was outrageous. But, yeah, it was kind of interesting, a little interesting, fun fact of the location.
Yeah, and I love that little kiss you give George Burns on the cheek at the end.
Oh, I know, I love that. I have a picture of that, and I treasure that.
Oh.
I treasure it.
Oh, that's sweet. And then you stepped in some very big shoes to play Cindy Brady in A Very Brady Christmas.
Oh, I did. My sister Susan was getting married and going to be on her honeymoon and in a contract dispute. And so they did ask me. I hadn't met Susan yet. We are now friends. We now know each other. But at the time, I was like, yeah, I'll be Cindy Brady. Who didn't want to be a Brady when they were a kid?
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty fun. I thought, I'm gonna be Brady. So I did the part, and I remember at one point I'm standing in the living room of the Brady Book house, and there's Mom and Dad Brady, and there's Alice, there's Marcia and Greg and Janet, and there's me. And I'm like, wow, this is so surreal. It was great.
They all accepted you?
Yeah, they were all really, really, really very, very good to me. I worked with Christopher on a soap opera in New York before that. That was after Tualaga Night, I was in New York for a few years doing a soap opera called Another World, and Christopher played my boyfriend on the soap. So it was pretty funny that now I got cast as his sister. So that was pretty interesting. But, everyone was great. I had a lot of fun. And then many years later, I was living in Idaho at the time, and I was visiting down here in California, family, and I take my kids into a Burger King, and there's Susan Olsen with her little boy. And I'm like, oh my God, and I looked like crap. I mean, I had it was 100 degrees out, 108, whatever it is up in Valencia. I had my hair up in a ponytail, and when you just look like crap because it's so hot. And I thought, I have to say something to her. What if I never see her again? I mean, I have to say something. So I did. I went up to her and I said, oh my gosh, Susan, I don't know if you know me, but I played you in A Very Brady Christmas. And she goes, of course I know who you are. And we've been just dear friends. She's just hilarious. I love Susan. Love her dearly.
Yeah, I think you did a very good job in this because you're yourself, your own persona, and you don't try to do her lisp or anything like that. No.
Yeah, I knew the worst thing I could have done was try to be her.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought, I'll just do my thing, and I'm sure it'll be fine. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, you were recognizable because you had done Charles in Charge and stuff, so
yes.
It worked out well.
I'm sorry?
So it worked out well for you.
Yeah. I think it did. And listen, we joke around, Susan and I, and, I always say, look, I'm just Christmas Cindy. I'm not Cindy Brady, I'm just Christmas Cindy. So there's a fake Jan out there that took over part, but I'm not fake Cindy, I'm just Christmas Cindy. So there you go.
Yeah, and I love how Cindy goes to bed wearing a football jersey and pantyhose.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Do you do that in real life? Okay.
No.
So when So when you got married and had kids, was that the reason you took a break from acting?
Oh yeah, I knew. I knew the minute that I was gonna, start a family. That I was gonna, retire. So either definitely or until they were, older. So I did. I wanted to raise my kids. I didn't want to hear somebody took their first steps or said their first words, from someone else. I wanted to be there to experience it. So my husband and I left California, and he started working, in a different field. He was an assistant director. But he left to do, coaching. He started coaching basketball, and we left, and it was the greatest thing I did.
I give you so much respect for that. Even though I've missed you from the screen for 2 decades now, I give you a lot of respect.
Oh, you're so nice. Oh, thank you.
And you're married to Roger Corman's nephew?
I am. I'm married to Todd Corman, and my husband, he's always had 2 careers, and one was, being an assistant director on television and movies, and that's how I met him on a movie of the week I did. Excuse me. And then but on the side, he would coach basketball, women's college basketball, at a college out here called Loyola, and at the time it was just a part-time job. So when we had our babies, it was pretty much, let's get out of here. Let's raise our kids in a better, environment than LA. And so we did. We didn't come back till the kids were, probably 8 and 10, and we've been with the kids. Then we came back as a family. Was getting, family members were getting older, and it was important to make sure we spent time with grandparents, and we've been back ever since. But again, we don't live in LA. We live in southern Orange County in a very quiet little town, and it's been a really fun adventure. I mean, I don't regret it, and I wouldn't go back and do it any different.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, really was fun.
Yeah, at an early age, Roger Corman made me want to write horror movies, and that's one of the many things I do.
Oh, that's awesome.
I haven't sold anything yet, and I don't have my Writer's Guild card yet, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, you can do that. You go for it. Don't give up. Just keep going, and there's never a time limit, right? It's
right.
You keep moving forward. I'm proud of you. Good for you.
Thank you. Do you ever get invited to conventions to sign autographs?
I do. I've done a few. I do one out here, a couple of them called the Hollywood Show. I've done that.
Oh, yeah.
It's, good to Chicago to do the Hollywood Show there, and, I haven't done a ton of them. I've only done a handful in the past, 7 years, maybe 4. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to go and to meet the fans, and, the first time I did it, I really was reluctant, and I kept saying no. No one's going to remember me. You got to remember, I left in 93 LA and retired kind of, because I was having kids. And this is before internet, and, you had no idea that there was all these fan things they did. I had no idea what this autograph convention was, a signing convention.
Yeah.
So when they asked me, I was like, oh, no. And then I'm like, oh my God, what if nobody comes to my table? That would be horrible. I was so nervous. But they finally talked me into it. You know what? It was really, really just so cool, and to see all the people that remembered you. I mean, it just touched my heart. It was a lot of fun. And it's fun to go and do all I do enjoy it. I think it would get monotonous to do a lot of them, but I like every once in a while popping in. It's cool.
Yeah, I just started going to them a year ago, and I'm hooked on them. And I hope you get invited to one that I'm going to soon. I would love to meet you.
Well, that'd be awesome. What's the next one you're going to?
Son of Monsterpalooza in September in Burbank.
Well, that's Awesome. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I'm doing something in August, but I can't remember the name of it. I'll let you know. I'll message you.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I don't think it's that one, but and I'm not sure for sure if it's happening, but I'll message you if it is, for sure.
That would be great. Can I add you as a friend on Facebook?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jennifer, I thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview.
Oh, well, I want to thank you for asking. I mean, I'm very humbled, and I appreciate, the interest. I thank you, Tommy.
I'll tell you something. If you were in the room right now, I'd give you the biggest hug in the world.
I'm giving you one right back, babe. And when we eventually meet, we'll big hugs and we'll take pictures.
Oh, that would be great.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Jennifer. Have a great day.
You're welcome, Tommy. You take care now.
Okay.
And write that script.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. Jennifer Runyon. Ain't she a sweetheart? Thank you so much, Jennifer. I had the most awesome time talking to you. It was totally radical. You're very easy to talk to, very personable. Thank you so much. It warms my heart that you granted this interview. So, if everyone likes this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.
Turn the young ladies' heads, or go running off into the wind. I'm 3/4 home, from the start to the end, and I wish I was 18 again. I wish I was 18 again, and going where I've never been. But old folks and old oaks standing tall just pretend. I wish I was 18